Hello friends, I am C. Rohit Tahalramani, indirect tax expert at ClearTax. Today, I want to talk to you about two major changes that are going to change the way we are filing GSTR 3B. The first and a very big change that is already live on GSTN is introduction of GSTR 2B. GSTR 2B is a little different from GSTR 2A and it is a static form. This is going to help taxpayer as well as the authority GST Department to understand what is the eligible ITC that one is eligible to claim. With introduction of 36.4, we know that there are changes. Government has asked us to claim ITC in a specified manner that we'll discuss in some time. And to solve that purpose, they have come up with GSTR 2B. What is it? We'll discuss in a little detail in a few moments. The another change that I would like to draw your attention is not yet live on GSTN, but it is also a very important change, and that is going to come soon. And that is auto-calculating or auto-populating the liabilities that are to be declared in GSTR 3B from GSTR 1. So as it is going to auto-populate details of GSTR 1 into 3B, it looks like it is only going to be applicable for monthly filers, for monthly GSTR 1 filers. So the APIs for the same are going to become live very soon. Government has, the GSTN has communicated to us that it is going to be live by 3rd September. Maybe a few days here and there, but they are definitely going to come with it. So let's first talk about getting GSTR 1 details in GSTR 3B. For those of you who are not aware about the APIs, API is a backdoor entry to GST database available with the help of ASPs and GSPs, and using that you can upload data on GST Portal, or you can download GSTR 2A, etc. And that is what API is. So they have come up with the API of auto-populating GSTR 1 details into GSTR 3B. So we can safely assume that GSTR 3B data, like the liability that is going to be declared in GSTR 3B, is going to auto-populate or is going to come from GSTR 1 only. Though it is because GSTR 1 is filed earlier only for the monthly filers, so I think it will be applicable only for monthly GSTR 1 filers. But how is it going to be applicable for quarterly filers is also something that we will be looking forward to. Though it might be applicable for only monthly filers, it will give a huge sense of relief in terms of reconciling GSTR 1 and 3B data. So like if there will be no difference in GSTR 1 and 3B data, then we'll only have to reconcile that figure with our books of accounts. And that should not be much of a problem because this is based on the sales of the taxpayer. So I don't think so that will be much of a problem. That is why this is a welcome move. The second change, that is the introduction of GSTR 2B, is a big change. So what is GSTR 2B and how it is different from GSTR 2A? First, let's see what GSTR 2A is. How does a value come in GSTR 2A? In the values in GSTR 2A comes from the return period in which the taxpayer or the supplier has filed its GSTR 1. So for example, if a supplier has filed a GSTR 1 of March in July, the credit for that will be available only in my GSTR 2A of March. I do not know in this GSTR 2A what I am seeing for March. Was it filed in the month of March or was it filed later on? So I do not know whether I am eligible to claim that in the month of April or in the month of May whenever I am filing, if it was filed before the 11th of April. So that is a huge problem. That GSTR 2A is a dynamic return. It keeps on changing. Sometimes it changes in minutes and you do not know how do I claim ITC, and neither does a department have any clarity on how do they send notices, because when they'll send notice and when the SSC has filed the return, both the times are going to be different and 2A is going to be different. So to conquer that challenge or to overcome that problem, GSTN has come up with GSTR 2B. So what is GSTR 2B and how is it derived? GSTR 2B is a static form that includes all the returns or all the documents that are filed by your supplier from the 12th of the month until the 11th of next month. And how does it calculate value? It calculates all the documents or all the documents from the supplier's GSTR 1 which are filed for the month of July, which are filed from 12th of July to the 11th of August. So for example, if someone has filed GSTR 1 of March on 20th of July, it will be visible in GSTR 2B of July. So come 11th of or 12th of August, you will be shown an amount that this is what you are eligible for. and this is the ITC that you can claim in your GSTR 3B. And not just that, they are also going to provide us with the ITC that is not available. They have taken a few parameters like and the advisory is also issued by GSTN telling us how are they determining if the ITC is not available. They are taking primarily three conditions. First is if it is not eligible under section 16.4, how are they determining that? That is also the third point. The second point is if the place of supply in the invoice is not same, or if it is same as of the supplier's place of supply and not the receiver's place of supply, then also they are determining that it is an ITC that will not be available. Coming to 16.4's condition, how they are interpreting is if someone has filed a GSTR 1 after September of next year, then they are considering it as an ITC that is not available to you. So they are also determining if the ITC is available or if it is not available. Also they are showing how much of ITC is required to be reversed in form of credit notes. Like what they are considering in ITC is the invoices and debit notes, and whatever credit notes has been issued by the supplier, that is considered below in the ITC to be reversed part. And also if you notice, they are also giving you the table or the section where you have to claim this ITC in GSTR 3B. From this I am able to assume, or I think that sooner or later they are going to auto-populate these values into your GSTR 3B, obviously with an provision of taking some other ITC or some provisional ITC that you want to claim. Either you want to increase or decrease your ITC, but they might come up something like that in coming near future. But however, even if they don't come up with that, department has now got a solid evidence or a solid tool basis which they will be able to issue notices to taxpayers who have got big amount of differences in their GSTR 2B and what they have claimed in GSTR 3B. So from this, intention of government or department is very, very clear that they are going to restrict your amount. They had issued, like they had come out with rule 36.4 that was restricting your ITC to be claimed for, like highest it could be 110% of whatever is eligible ITC in your GSTR 2A. However, the 2A was dynamic as we discussed. So now they have come up with another tool basis which you will be able to follow rule 36.4. Also, though now it is not yet available, but the details of import from other countries and import from SEZ units is also going to be available from the GSTR 2B of August month, that will be given on 12th of September. So all your ITC that you are eligible to claim, or whatever ITC you feel like claim, like whatever is required to be claimed or what you are eligible for, they are giving it to you in GSTR 2B. So how is it going to change how we are filing GSTR 3B? As we discussed, the liability part in GSTR 3B is going to get auto-populated from GSTR 1. And the ITC part, though it is not getting auto-populated, but they have given you some tool in the form of GSTR 2B or some data in the form of GSTR 2B basis which you should claim ITC. So what does this mean is the new return system that they were trying to come up with, though it is not yet implemented and we have to see if it is going to be implemented or not, but it is somewhat of that sense. Like it was contention of department or government since I think July 17 only that you should claim the ITC only whatever your supplier has submitted or filed in his GSTR 1. Though they could not come up with GSTR 2 and 3 and they had brought in GSTR 3B as a transitional form. And as we see, how are we filing GSTR 3B now? It is a totally self-assessed independent form. Okay, what do I mean by independent form? Is it does not carry any value from GSTR 1. It does not carry any value from GSTR 2. However, the GSTN or the department, GST department, they feel like it should, reconcile with these figures. And ideally it should, but we do not live in an ideal world. So that is why there is going to be a difference in GSTR 2A, GSTR 1, GSTR 3B. But they are trying to bridge this gap. That is why they are going to auto-populate detail from GSTR 1. So now we'll have to be very, very careful while filing GSTR 1 that it reconciles with our books of accounts, because that is what is going to be the liability that is going to be declared in GSTR 3B. As I said earlier, that is not much of a problem because it is your own data. Where the problem comes is your own data tells you that this is the ITC that you are eligible to claim. But when you look at GSTR 2A or 2B for that matter from now, you will be surprised with whatever figure is coming there. You might get surprised, you might not. If you have very good vendors, you might not get surprised with that. but you might get surprised if your vendors are not so compliant and there are quarterly filers. Your vendor might be a quarterly filer, and in your books you will be eligible for that ITC, but GSTN is not giving you in GSTR 2B. So what is going to be a difference is now you will have to reconcile your vendor's compliance on a periodic basis. You can use our Clear Tax tool for reconciliation, and that will help you. This reconciliation tool is going to help you to show all the supplier wise detail wherever your supplier wise difference is there, and also you can send an email to the supplier if there is any difference. You can send the email directly from Clear Tax tool itself. So it is going to be very helpful, and it is going to be a necessity to check out your vendors' compliances. How are they complying with the GSTR filing of GSTR 1 and all. So that is one part that is going to be important. It is not that you are going to get notices from next month onwards. As government has come out with this tool, they are definitely going to use it. As GST law has settled in a bit, people are now understanding GSTR 1, GSTR 3B, GSTR 2A. So it is very safe to assume that government wants us to update ourselves, and it is our duties as CS to update our clients that keep an eye on what suppliers you are dealing with. So it is going to be very, very important. It is going to change the way we are going to file GSTR 3B. It is not that we are going to get notices from next month onwards, but rather than being reactive to when government or the department start sending us notices, we can be proactive and start preparing for it. So start looking at your vendor compliances, start reconciling your book GSTR 1 and 3B data, and make sure whatever you are filing in GSTR 1 reconciles with GSTR 3B, because anyways I feel in a couple of weeks it is going to be such a way that you are going to have GSTR 1 values coming into GSTR 3B, and also your eligible ITC is going to be determined by the compliances of your vendor. So be prepared for it and start filing your GSTR 3B in a new way. Start using GSTR 2B for eligible ITC. Though you can claim provisional ITC, but you can keep an eye, or you can keep a communication open with your vendor and claim ITC whatever is eligible, and avoid the department notices. So I hope you found this video useful, and also if you feel anyone else might find it useful, feel free to share with them. Please like the video if you really like the content of this video, and also if you want to get more updates about taxes and savings, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can go to the channel and check out more videos and subscribe to it if you have already not subscribed, and also press the bell icon if you want to get notified with whatever content we post. Thank you so much.